Good afternoon, dear tutorial mates. My name is Marco Moreno. I have designed a lesson plan for teaching present continuous tense, and it was designed for teaching in a 7th grade. First of all, the main objective of this lesson plan is that students will recognize the sentence structure of present continuous tense, and they will use this tense to make oral and written sentences. There are different specific objectives, like to recognize present continuous tense and its sentence structure, to use present continuous tense in conversation and written text, to understand the importance of the purpose of using present continuous sentences and statements in daily life, to describe current actions, to appropriate more English vocabulary. The first stage of the lesson plan is the warm-up. In this stage, the teacher will ask students to remember the structure of the present simple tense using verb to be, like I am, he is, she is, with complements. And also, teacher will ask for a list of common action verbs that students know, like drink, eat, sit, watch, walk, take, the common action verbs that we know, that the students know, and in that way students will bring the previous knowledge to the class, to the lesson. After that comes the presentation stage. In this stage, the teacher will say short sentences describing what the students are doing in the classroom. For example, a student is taking notes using his or her name. Teacher will say like, Marta is taking notes, Juan is reading, Jessica is reading a book, something like that. Okay, in that way, this teacher will be able to present on the board the present continuous structure, which is verb to be plus an action verb ending in ing. Okay, obviously is going to present the structure subject plus verb to be plus verb ending in ing plus complements. Okay, and when the students are ready and for use affirmative sentences in present continuous, the students will introduce the negative and the interrogative form of this tense. After the students' comprehension of this new topic, when they feel ready to use it appropriately, we'll start the practice stage. In this stage, the teacher will provide students with a variety of worksheets, and they are going to practice what they have already learned. They are going to see some pictures, and they are going to be asked to answer some questions, maybe with multiple choice or fill gaps or that kind of questions, and they are going to practice what they have learned. The worksheets can be found, I have found many different worksheets that students teachers can use in class, and from a web page called visitteacher.org, and I have the link in the lesson template where we can find many different worksheets to practice this new topic for the students. The next stage is the production. And in this stage, this teacher will enunciate a popular place for students, for example, like a mall, and they are going to create a list of common actions that people do in a mall: buying, watching movies, eating, many different actions that people do in the mall, and they are going to create a dialogue, a conversation, making questions like, is he buying a cell phone? Is he eating a cake? And the student that is answering cannot use the short answer. He has to, or she has to, use the long answer in order to practice and to use the whole sentence structure of this tense. This conversation is going to take place in front of the whole class, and they have to speak aloud, obviously, to practice speaking skills and communicative skills. The next stage is the assessment. Obviously, in this stage, the teacher will test what the students know, the knowledge that they have acquired. So I have choose a short video about what people are doing. That's the name of the video that I found in YouTube, and the teacher will present this video in which appears different people doing several actions. The students will have to make a list of sentences describing what they have seen in the video, but not just the affirmative sentences. They also have to transfer the sentence to its negative and to its interrogative form. Okay, so they are going to be tested. They are going to prove that they have already acquired the structure of the present continuous tense. As assignment, at home they are going to practice with their parents, and also they are going to create another list, maybe with 5 sentences, including another action verbs, not the commonest that they have learned in the class. They are going to include some extra verbs. That's in that way they are going to acquire more vocabulary. The last part of the lesson is the consolidation. It's a funny game, I think. In this game, each student is going to make a meme of an action, a common action, and the other students have to guess what he or what she is doing. For example, they have the student starts the meme, and the other students are going to make questions like, are you doing this, are you doing this? And if the question is correct, for example, if the student is acting like if he was taking a shower, and if the question is correct, like, are you taking a shower, the student is going to answer aloud, yes, I'm taking a shower. Okay, that's all for this lesson plan. That's what the aims and the resources that I have choose. Well, it is important to keep in mind that each stage requires the teacher and the students' active participation. Obviously, they are going to be asking for clarifying the doubts that they have, and also, well, the teacher labor is to answer that questions and to make sure that the students are learning and acquiring the new knowledge. It is very important to clarify this in the presentation stage before going or proceeding with the next step, which is production. It's important that teacher make sure that all the students have the topic clear in the presentation stage.